What's going on, y'all? Micah here, and I'm back with another boxing video. And today we have the GOAT in MMA. Well, one of the GOATs besides John Jones, Demetrius Johnson, talking about the differences between boxing and MMA. In this video, he talks about which one he feels is more difficult. Some of you guys are going to probably be hating and feeling away, but I think he's speaking facts. Let's see what he has to say. What are his reasons? Of course, comment down how you feel about it. I'm going to give my take. Let's work.
Say that mixed martial arts is the easiest sport to become a champion in, because when you fight boxing, it's boxing. Every person you fight in boxing is going to be good at boxing. Everybody you fight in kickboxing is going to be good at kickboxing. When you do mixed martial arts, you're going to have people who have significant big holes in them, right? You have a guy like Alex Pereira. He's 6-1, 97-1. He's became a world champion in mixed martial arts, right? So for that person, they're both good at striking. But once somebody comes into mixed martial arts, they can have a huge hole in mixed martial arts and become a world champion, right? Like, they can have no wrestling experience and still become a world champion. You look at Brock Lesnar, he became a world champion in mixed martial arts and he had no stand-up experience whatsoever. So that's why I say mixed martial arts is the easiest sport to become a world champion in, because you can have deficiencies and still become a world champion. In boxing, kickboxing, you can't have any deficiencies. You have to be a good boxer in order to become a world champion. You just have to.
So how do you guys feel about that? That was one of your MMA GOATs that said that right there. Not that I don't think he's a GOAT, but he's one of you guys' GOATs, so I would assume that his word would be law around here in these streets. I wholeheartedly agree. He didn't say that boxing was better than MMA or anything like that. He just said that it's a harder sport to become a world champion in, which I absolutely agree. You have to be good at all things boxing. You can't be lacking in one area and be a world champion boxer. You can't be lacking in defense. You can't be lacking in some type of speed. You can't be lacking in some type of power. You can't be really lacking in some type of footwork. Everybody who is a world champion has all of those things, or really most of those things. I think you can probably lack in like maybe one. But most of those people have all those things. The only person I would say that's an anomaly would be somebody like Deontay Wilder, who has just elite black guy genetics, just otherworldly power. Otherwise, everybody else is pretty complete as a fighter. You've got guys like Gervonta Davis. You've got, I guess you've even got Tyson Fury. You've got Terrence Bud Crawford. You've got the Charlo brothers. You got Canelo, even though Canelo's footwork is not the greatest. And that's one of those things where I say, you can kind of have slight holes. They can't be huge holes, though. Something has to overcompensate huge for you to win. In MMA, I know guys that don't box well at all. They just have power. They don't do kickboxing well. They don't even have wrestling background, but they're still able to win fights because they've got a little bit of power, and they got that bar punch. They got that one here quitter bar punch. Like who's the guy? Derek Lewis. I don't know. I don't think he had any type of background in anything. I think he was just a black dude that wanted to fight. He had a little bit of power to him, and he was winning. I mean, he wasn't world champion, but I'm just saying, other guys. I like Israel Adesanya. Israel Adesanya, does he really have a wrestling background or grappling background? No. He's primarily a striker. Like he also just said, Alex Pereira is somebody who is primarily a striker. Where is his wrestling at? You got your complete guys. You got your guys that are slightly more complete, like John Jones and Demetrius Johnson himself. They have some pretty solid striking. They're obviously not tier A or S boxers or kickboxers, but they are pretty good, and they would probably whoop quite a few people in the boxing realm. Then you've got guys like also GSP, but then you've got guys like Ben Askren. Why is Ben Askren running around here being a champion? This dude has a terrible body, and he only knew how to wrestle. Damian Maia, no, he wasn't. They're just a bunch of holes in a lot of MMA fighters' games, and they're able. And I would say that it's not even more so about being a world champion. It's just more so about you being able to, you're able to get through the sport, traverse through the sport, lacking in things that I would say that you would need to be proficient in to me. Like, you can lack a little bit of wrestling. You just know how to get some takedown defense. Chuck Liddell. You don't know how to do jiu-jitsu. You just have that takedown defense. You suck at striking, but you're a great wrestler, and you know how to get those submissions going. Ben Askren. Damian Maia. There are plenty of guys that fit these criteria. MMA guys even cut weight funny. They don't even cut weight the right way. A lot of y'all get fat as hell. Even the amateurs, I don't understand y'all. Y'all get fat as hell between fights. Y'all got them gaining 50 pounds and then cutting weight stupidly. It's just different, man. I think boxing requires a different type of discipline, and it's definitely more difficult because that's all you have when you get in there. It's just you and straight boxing. Who's got the better head movement? Who's got the better footwork? Who's got the more power? Who's got the better speed? Who's got the better ring IQ? Who's thinking smarter on the fly? MMA, you can kind of be a dummy. You can take somebody down and think about it for a second, and they don't know anything about being took down. So now, you're getting a submission on them. Or they don't know anything about takedown defense, so they got took down in the first place. You might be able to box somebody up because they don't really know how to box. A lot of MMA guys have horrible boxing. Horrible. But that's just how I feel. And I'm not saying that each disciplines are worthless. Like wrestling obviously takes some difficulty. Jiu-jitsu takes some difficulty. Kickboxing, Muay Thai take difficulty. Boxing obviously takes difficulty because I'm talking about it in defense. But as a whole package, MMA is a very flawed game. A lot of guys have flaws in their game, in their technique. You rarely get guys like GSP, Mighty Mouse, John Jones that are, a little bit more well-rounded. That's just my thoughts on it. Whereas boxing, everybody, you come across is going to have something for you. You're not going to get a really easy fight out here unless you're fighting McDonald's workers. But let me know how you guys feel down in the comments below. If you watched up to this point, thanks for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see y'all next time.